We live? That says we've been live for like 1 minute. um, I don't know. Am I live? I'm going to need someone to come on and comment, I suppose. Oh, I haven't done my little pop out chat. How did I normally do that? I normally change this to live chat. And then we're going to pop out chat. That pops that out. And now I can have this full screen. James says live. Oh, well, that was very abrupt. YouTube gave me no warning or heads up or anything. It just went live. So, yeah, sorry about that, guys. First minute of pure silence and me looking confused. But still good to look at. Or maybe not so much. Welcome to my channel, BitGlen. My name's Glenn. I like to share with you what I learn in the world of cryptocurrency as I go through it. And at the moment, I'm waiting to put in a trade for Bitcoin. You guys may know that I've put some Bitcoin aside and I was going to do like a leverage trade on it. Not too huge, probably something like, I don't know, something like $1,000, something like that. It's a sum of money that, you know, if I lose it, I lose it. And I also wouldn't put in too higher leverage as well. Obviously, platforms like Prime XBT, which you can sign up for. In the description down below, there's a link. And today I will be giving away codes that are worth $50 each, which you can then use to trade Bitcoin. And then you ain't got to worry if it goes down or up then. So I'll be giving them away in today's video. I didn't announce it or anything because last time it seemed like a load of people that don't normally watch my YouTube videos just all of a sudden come out the woodwork. So I thought this time I won't announce it, I won't declare it, I'll just do it. And hopefully that means I'm going to get more of the, you know, you guys that watch my videos on a more regular basis. I'd rather give them to you. So that's what we're going to do. I'll probably copy and paste them into the chat at some point. Paid 2009 says, "Hey Glenn, how are you, brother?" Yeah, I'm good, thanks, mate. I'm really tired today. I was up loads last night, but yeah, overall, obviously, I had a big move, and the reason I've been slacking with these YouTube videos is, again, this is not excuses. There's been loads of things that have happened that I thought, oh yeah, that excites me, or you know, oh, I can't believe that's happened. And I just haven't got time to do it. Honestly, like that sounds like the worst excuse ever. Obviously, you guys, if you've been watching me for a while, you'll know that I have been running and maintaining a property business, and that's doing all right. So obviously, every hour that I spend in that, I'm spending an hour less at home where I can sit there and do research, look up stuff, create a video, edit the video, upload the video, tag it, and almost, you know, it just, the actual process of making a YouTube video is quite long. And I've noticed that some of these other people now, like what's his name, Crypto, he does like technical analysis and stuff. And he's literally just doing all his videos now on his phone, which is really good. Fair play to him. And he's literally just holding the phone out and just clicking like record screen, and then going through showing all these different accounts and stuff. But he's doing really, really well. He's got over 1 million viewers. I think that's probably because he's quite positive most of the time, like overly positive. He's quite loud. And people like that on YouTube. So he's doing really well. So, but that's just, I just thought, God, that'd be easy. If I do that, I could upload a video 2 times a day if I wanted to. But anyway, there we go. There we go. That's what have you been up to, Paid? I've I've been renovating a property that if Ether Homes went ahead, the ICO, I don't know if I call it ICO, but the token that I created with the idea of buying a property and then everyone owning a bit of that property. The actual property that I'm renovating, I can guarantee you I was going to buy with Ether Home money. And it's done really well. It's almost doubled. Bought it. I didn't buy it, but my colleague bought it for 85 grand, and it's now valued at 100 and between 130 and 150, depending on what the surveyor says next week. So yes, it's just insane. Like, I mean, obviously we sit here and look at charts of Bitcoin in the hope that we're going to make loads of money, and I think some people just put in, like, I don't know, £1,000 into Bitcoin, and they think, oh yeah, I'm hopefully one day I'm going to be rich. But actually, well, if Bitcoin goes on the big run towards the rest of this year, like I believe it's going to, I honestly believe that's what's going to happen. Then, yeah, you'd say, oh, I'm glad I bought Bitcoin, but house prices have almost, not everywhere, but have gone up sort of 40 to 60%, depending on where you live and what the property's like. So, when you're talking when you're talking like a house for 100 grand and it goes up 40%, that's 40 grand you've just made, So, yeah, it's a different game to cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is a lot more volatile, but obviously with that comes more risk, more reward. So it depends if you can stomach that. And I say that to everyone. Someone messaged me the other day saying, "Oh, I can't believe the live stream's finished. I wanted to ask your advice about trading and holding Bitcoin." And I was just reeling off what I've learned over the years. Buy little and often. Don't spend what you're willing to lose. And this person he just wasn't interested at all. He didn't want to hear that. He wanted me to say something along the lines of, yeah, put 100x times leverage trade on Dogecoin and bet that it's going to go up once this happens on this date. I think that's more what he wanted. And I think a lot of the traffic from YouTube are people essentially searching for that. And when you get a lot of YouTubers just doing shocked faces saying, oh my God, look what just happened in the charts, or what's going to happen to Bitcoin, I can see why they're doing so well, because you have so many people that are like looking at YouTube and trying to get their head around Bitcoin, and some dude's doing a video saying like, look, this is going to go to the moon. So I can see why they do very well. Even I watch them, So I'm not criticizing them. I just think that it creates, where am I going with this? It creates a lot of spin and hype in the space. So I think people should, before they invest $1,000 into Bitcoin, they should really understand it and what they're actually investing in long term wise. Not just, look, if you put £1,000 into this, it's almost guaranteed to go up, because that's not the case. And I have got a friend like that. One of my friends said, look, oh, Glenn, I need to get into Bitcoin. It's going up in it. And I was like, not really. It's just had a 50% drop. So if he had decided to buy in just a few months before, he would have lost 50% of his life savings now, which would be devastating. So I always say, little and often. It's more of a longer term play. You don't want to be buying Bitcoin on the Monday and hopefully selling it on a Friday and hopefully make a profit. If you're a day trader and you do that all day, every day, then yeah, go ahead. You've probably got techniques, you've got softwares, there's patterns you look out for. You know how to settle your stop losses and profit and loss accounts and stuff. So for the normal person, like, say, my friend that has reached out to me and said, Glenn, look, I want to buy some Bitcoin just because I've heard it's going up, he's probably going to be the one that loses out in the end. I'm not saying he definitely will. He might buy Bitcoin and it 10x's and everyone will be saying how clever he was. But I think there's a lot of hype out there, and I think you just need to be a bit careful. I've worked with Prime XBT now for, I don't know, probably over a year, and they've never had any crashes, they've never had downtime, there haven't been hacks, they haven't had data breaches. The only thing you need to sign up is your email address and then create a password, and I think you have to set up Google Authenticator, something like that. But yeah, that's a platform where I feel a bit safer recommending people to go. And what I like about them is that you can just go on and buy Bitcoin USD. When there's a lot of hype in the market, people start to look at, well, what's the quickest pump object out there? I think at the minute we're seeing a lot of altcoins doing that, taking advantage of obviously Bitcoin's popularity drumming up a bit. I've had a few. The way I can tell is there's normally a few people that contact me that are really not into cryptocurrency and they don't believe in it long term. When they start ringing me up saying, Glenn, what's going on? How much should I put into Coinbase and like how often and da 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 da? Then I think, right, if they're thinking that, then that means tens of thousands of other people are thinking like that, and therefore I reckon the price is going to go up. So we'll see. That's an interesting concept. Paid says, yeah, I remember that project. David said, do you know of any good crypto accounts? Do you mean accountants? Like actually someone that does your accounts for you? Or do you actually mean a decent app or an account where you can store crypto? I'm not too sure what you're aiming at, David. Pate said, nice. Where do you think the bottom is for Bitcoin, Glenn? I'm thinking like 12k. I hope not. So this is why we're doing today's video. So obviously you can see here that we was in a triangle and we broke out of that to the downside, and it just continued to drop, and it even went, I believe it went into the sort of 29k mark. According to this, there was one candle that wicked down to sort of 28.7. So that is really where the bottom is previously, or in the short term view. So you'd have to say that in the short term we could retest that. We could be hitting 28k, and if you believe that that is true, then obviously you can use platforms like Prime XBT. Sorry, I needed a drink. You can use platforms like Prime XBT. You can obviously trade the Bitcoin USD price going down as well as up. So a lot of people seem to think, oh, I can only make money with Bitcoin if Bitcoin pumps. But there's so many like interest accounts now where you earn interest on just holding your Bitcoin in their wallet as opposed to somebody else's. And obviously they do trading where you can actually trade that the price of it's going to go down. So if you are one of those people, and we refer to you as a bear, so if you're a bear in the bear market, if you like, you can trade on the fact that Bitcoin's going to go down in price. And if it does go down in price, you multiply your earnings of Bitcoin. I'll show you what I mean. So on this front page here, you have sell and buy. If you're buying, that means you're saying, I'll buy the stock and I believe it's going to go up, so I can trade it again another day to purchase it at a cheaper rate. That's the goal. Whether it happens or not, I don't know. And then you've got sell. So if you want to sell and say, right, I believe that Bitcoin's going to continue to drop for the next 3 or 4 months because, I don't know. I remember one year it was because of the, what's it called? Sun Moon Festival, or maybe it was just called the Lunar Moon Festival or something like that. I believe it was either Singapore or in the Philippines. But after that event a few years ago, Bitcoin just continuously dropped. And everyone was like, oh, and you didn't, back then, this was about 4 years ago, you didn't really have the 50, 20 or 100x leverage trading. It was sort of something that only the pros really knew about. Now there's so many. I got an email today for a new platform, and they asked me if I'd like to have a review of it. But I was like, nah, I don't trust it. So if I don't trust it, I'm not going to shine any light onto it on my YouTube channel. But yeah, they contacted me, and there seems to be a lot of exchanges coming up now, and they're all offering 100, 500,000 x leverage trading. But to me, that is just, at that point, you are literally gambling. Like, you have to look at the odds and say, right, okay, the odds of this succeeding is this, and the odds of it not succeeding is this. So you have to look at that when you're doing these big trades, especially at times like now where no one really knows what's going to happen. And I've sat there and listened to loads of different people, their different opinions, their views. I believe BitBoy Crypto was saying that he doesn't think Bitcoin's really going to pump till sort of July, mid-July, which we're in the first week now, so potentially in the next couple of weeks. Tone Vase, on the other hand, thinks we're going to something like 24 or 26 or something like that, which is, again, pretty low from where we're at now. It's another 10k drop. I can't see that happening again, especially so quickly after the last big drop. So yeah, you can make money going up or down, but again, you just really have to know what you're doing. You have to really focus and actually do loads of research. But for someone who can't be bothered to do all of that, they just want to be shown or told, how do I go about investing into Bitcoin or, multiplying it? Do little and often. So if you can only afford £10 a month, then that's the amount you should be putting in. If you can afford 10 grand a month, then that's the figure that you should be putting in. And it's my honest belief that this is the best opportunity to buy and hold Bitcoin that we have seen. I would say, this is going to be very controversial, I would say ever since I've been in the crypto space. So you're talking from 2000 and, wow, how long ago was it? It was about 5-6 years ago now. So it'd be 2013, I'm going to say. And obviously we had a huge run up then. I think this is a better opportunity than that. Why? You might be thinking, Glenn, why do you think that? I get that asked a lot. Like, why do you think that this is going to go up or down or sideways, whatever? When Ethereum, when Bitcoin went on a run last time, Ethereum and all the other altcoins just stagnated. They didn't move at all. And then I moved my hedge or my bet trade that I thought Ethereum was going to go from, I think at the time it was like £700 it was worth, and was it? I can't remember the exact figures, but yeah, Ethereum was about $700 to $900, I'm gonna say. And I remember doing a video just like this, and I said, look, I think Ethereum's going to go to about $2,500. I was walking my dog around. Oh no, I was walking my dog around, and I was doing a video then, and I was saying to you guys that watched the video, look, I think Ethereum's going to go to $2,000. And when people are saying why do you believe that? I was looking at the charts. I was like, well, it looks really bullish in the charts, but also Bitcoin has doubled in price. Doubled. It went from 30k to 60k pretty quickly when you think about it. And I thought, and in that whole time, I've not seen Ethereum move at all. Now, fast forward to today. We've seen Ethereum sort of go up. I thought it was going to be about 3.5 to 4 grand a coin at one point. But then that went back down to where we're at now, which I believe is 2,200, I'm going to say, dollars. Obviously not British pounds. 2,115. So it's gone down since I checked it last. So yeah, Ethereum just outperforming Bitcoin. If you look at the top cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin over the last 7 days is down 3%, whereas Ethereum is up 6%. So if you had all your money in Ethereum, you'd be up by this time a week later. Let's have a little look at some of the other coins that have performed really well. So we've got XDC network, 78%. Jesus Christ. We've also got Compound. Compound's an interesting one. I used to hold a couple of Compound tokens. Obviously, I bought them a lot cheaper than what they're at now. Bitcoin Cash. I don't know. Why would people still buy this? I don't get it. Who here actually likes Bitcoin Cash? I'd love to hear from you people. I don't know how it does so well. We've got Decree doing really well as well. It's up 28.9% over the week. Ethereum Classic, Waves. We like Waves. I believe the community got a load of Wave tokens when I first created my first Wave account. So yeah, these are some of the coins that have done really well against Bitcoin. But why do I say that I believe Bitcoin is now in a position where it's going to be the purchase of I wouldn't say of a lifetime, but it's going to be a really good purchase? And that's because we are pretty much bouncing on this sort of resistance here, which has got held for a long time. If you look back, it's actually the figure that we've not really seen the Beatles below. What's that, Beatles? Bitcoin. I was playing Beatles before I went on this video. We've not seen Bitcoin drop below that, not for a long time, and we're sort of bouncing on that. And I know that the more we test a support, it then can become resistance if it goes below it. I hope that doesn't happen, but we can see here, look, bounce 1, 2, and now it's starting to level out around the 32k mark. I've noticed the last day or two that they stay there. So this is a very odd and volatile time to be making leverage trading decisions on Bitcoin. So I appreciate if any of you out there watching and you think, well, I don't want to do leverage, what I would recommend to you is just buy some Bitcoin and that's it. Just sit there and just, whether it goes up or down, you're not spending any money and it's not costing you any more out. That's firstly what I would do. And then I would just do a little small and often, like say setting up a standing order, buying Bitcoin. Now this is really boring. People don't want to hear this. They want to hear, look, click this button, do this and you'll become a millionaire. But buy some Bitcoin little and often. It's my honest gut feeling that Bitcoin is going to be over $100,000 by this time next year. So I reckon before May 2021. So take from it what you will. Obviously, I'm not going to pressure you guys into doing anything you don't want to do. But this is why I brought up the Ethereum story, because I was so adamant. I was like, look, if you look at the fundamentals, Ethereum should have really gone up in line with Bitcoin, but it didn't happen. But then as soon as Bitcoin stopped pumping, then we saw all the altcoins and Ethereum really shoot up to, I believe it went up to about 50 something thousand now. Obviously it's down 32, so that's like 50% drop in that time. Obviously I couldn't have predicted that. But I still feel really confident. The stock to flow model is still intact, so it hasn't been discouraged or dismissed just yet. So it's my gut feeling that we're still going to see a pump increase in Bitcoin. And the reason I say this is a purchase of a lifetime is because it's $32,000. So as it stands right now, like 3/3 of a Bitcoin could take on one whole one, if you see what I mean. I was talking to someone the other day and they said, oh, you know, I can't do that at that job and get paid in Bitcoin because it's too risky, it's too volatile, it's too this, too that. When we start to see it even off for a little while, especially when we've had a big pump and then we'll have a dump and then it will sort of level off for, I would imagine, for a few years, I think we're going to pick up quite a lot of new people to the space. because they're going to see the headlines, right? Like, oh, Bitcoin's just pumped this much and it's gone up to this price on this exchange. And by the time you're there and you can invest in it, it's too late. It's all like the pump's already happened. So the best thing you can do to combat that is to just buy it and just hold it. Don't let anyone take it away from you, like the police or anything like that. Make sure that you legitimately have it. Like, look, mate, I've got an account for it. I've got a safety deposit box. I've got server passwords. You know, there's not much else you can do with that. But yeah, a lot of you, like Paid has mentioned, he said he reckons Bitcoin's going to 12k. I don't think we're at the point yet where we're going to dump huge amounts. I just don't see that level of interest for it to go down that much. But I do believe it's going to go down. I do think we're going to hover around the 25k mark, maybe the 27k, so sort of that region. For some people who actually sell during that time because they need the money ASAP and stuff like that, they're the ones who are going to lose out. And I know that. I speak from experience because I've just sold a load of my stuff off when all the eBay sales are dropping at the minute. The interest is dropping. Not many people are searching for the topic. So yeah, it's same with Bitcoin. I've learned so much about trading really through selling cards on eBay. So I've been selling things like this on eBay, which are like Formula One turbo tax. But when everyone starts to panic, I panic more about these than I do the Pokemon side of it. It doesn't mean I hate Pokemon. It's just that I normally I don't worry about things. But when someone was talking about the F1 card dropping so much, I was like, oh, you know, I was about to swear, but I was thinking, oh no. But I've held my, you know, I've held it. I thought, right, I'll just let it go over my head, just ignore it. And now we're starting to see the market coming back. Now that's cards. What's that got to do with Bitcoin? You may be sitting there thinking, why is Glenn telling us this? The reason I'm telling you this is because most markets, I would say 99% of them, are led by fear and greed. And it's exactly the same with these cards as it is for Bitcoin. When the price starts to drop, everyone thinks, oh, I better sell mine because this is dropping and I don't want to sell mine for like zero. So I better sell mine now while it's £300. But we are seeing stuff dropping quite quickly and we're seeing a lot of people with fear. So they're just selling everything dirt cheap, like almost giving it away. I know that's a cheesy saying. But that's how I feel. That's what I feel is happening. I think with Bitcoin, we're seeing a lot of fear, a lot of people panicking and worrying about, oh no, this is it now. This is a 4-year bear cycle kicked in. We're not going to pump from here. We're not going to go up anymore. But I'm just saying, just hold on for a little bit. Just hold out for that little bit longer. And once we see Bitcoin, I believe, sort of head towards the 40k mark, and if we can get over that, that'd be sweet. That's when I think Bitcoin's literally going to just continue to go up to 100k. So what can we do now then to maximize profits? If that, say that knowledge was 100% set in stone, 100% right, Bitcoin's going to 100k. What can you do? What you can do is go over to a platform like Prime XBT, or you can go over to, is it Fimex or something like that? And you can use obviously their leverage trading. So what you would do is you would go to normal charts. Let's go to the, and you would say, right, okay, at 33,400, I think it's going to go up from there. So yeah, I'm going to put the money in. Now, I've just made it sound a lot easier than it is. You have to do a KYC process and set up and everything like that, but that's irrelevant. Um, you have to have, I know people refer to it as like steel hands. You really have to distance yourself from that Bitcoin, because if it goes down, fear kicks in. And in your head, you think, sell it before it goes to zero. I don't want to be the guy that's left with it at zero. So then you start to panic, and fear kicks in, and hence why you sell. If we look at it the other way, if you're overly positive, then you could have a case where you make some decisions that were wrong because you were too confident and cocky. When you start to look at the next day or that day's weather, and you hope that the price goes up or down, you have to have something there to like vindicate you, like, or to you say, well, because of this chart, look, this evidence, I believed it was going to go down, it didn't. That's just happened to me recently, not that long ago. I did a leverage trading platform with can't remember who it was with now. I can't remember, but I didn't have my computer with me and I couldn't remember my password. So I was like, oh, do you know what? I'll just type in Google leverage trading platform. I put some money in, I lost it. So that shows you what I know. But when I was chatting to a couple of the guys there, and they said they'd seen, what I traded on in the past, because all my trades are on this available if anyone ever wants to go and see it. They said, Glenn, you've done really well. Like, you should have stuck with what you said. And I sort of wish I did. But there you go. You can't have it all, I suppose. Something that I do really regret, there's a couple of things. I was looking at the Flintstones movie and how, you know, uh, the characters in it were meant to get equal amount of screen time. So obviously, like, people didn't favouritize, but everyone likes Fred, don't they? Like, Barney's the rubbish one. And I remember, where am I going with this story? I remember I was watching them, and I panicked up because I checked the price of Bitcoin. I seen that there was a big drop, and then you start to think, oh, what if like it plateaus, and then we have another 50% and another 50% and another 50? What am I actually gonna do? And if you haven't got a backup plan in place, then you can get stuck really quick. So this is what I would recommend if you're watching this and you're still with me. I appreciate it. Don't forget to smash that like button up. What I would recommend is that you invest in Bitcoin for now, whilst we're in this grey area of it sort of like just bouncing within a small time frame. And we don't know if it's going to drop all of a sudden to 24k or 25k like a lot of people are predicting. And we also don't know if it's going to just shoot right up to 42,000. So I'm out. I'm out of this equation straight off the bat. I had a lady contact me about making a YouTube video, and I was like, nah, not at the minute. I need to keep my eye on my Bitcoin. So yeah, that's where I'm at with this sort of trading at the moment. And I did say, look, I will start trading more once we get past such a small area of, I don't know what you call it, when someone, like a channel, whilst it's bouncing within this channel, it's not really for me. Now, if I learned technical analysis enough, I could probably trade the bounces and be way more profitable than buying Bitcoin and hoping that it goes up. Personally, but it is risky. You could lose everything as well. Um, so yeah, I would. That's where I'm at the minute. I'm just taking a step back. Someone said to me, I listen to a few people that do podcasts about trends and patterns and stuff like that, and I also watch some YouTube videos, probably the same sort of videos you're watching. And some things I take as, yeah, whatever, mate. Some things I actually think, yeah, that's a really solid, valid point. I'm going to remember that all weekend. And I have. We've got a race, we've got a Formula One race on this weekend. So I'll probably be watching that most of Sunday. But if we see Bitcoin in that time drop down to what? well, anything in the 20s, I believe, even if it went down to 29,500, I'd be very interested to making a deal with that person to buy their Bitcoin. I'd be looking at buying Bitcoin at that sort of level. I would probably not leverage myself, but I would probably borrow money to buy Bitcoin at that sort of level, just because I believe so passionately that it's going to go up from where it is quite a bit, and that's what I'm going to run with. But what I am going to stick to is my rules of little and often, and no more than I'm willing to lose. So, say if I had $5,000 in an account, I can't afford to lose that in a minute. So I'm not using not even one penny of that uh, to invest in Bitcoin. But I will get some money, towards the end of this month, and that will be spare money that I would normally spend on food, shopping, bills, and stuff like that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually budget aside, like if I can afford, I don't know, £200, I'm going to budget £200 to invest into Bitcoin, Ethereum, or probably Dogecoin, one of those three. Um, and then just wait, and then like a couple of weeks later, if I get money again, then I'll buy some more Bitcoin. Then I'm not gonna just go out and spend 5 grand in one transaction just because I think, oh well, if the price goes up, I'll miss out. That's FOMO kicking in, fear of missing out. So I'm not. Hopefully, I won't fall for the same traps that I normally fall for when buying Bitcoin. So when some of you are asking, Glenn, what's going to happen to the price of Bitcoin? I don't know. I don't know. But what I can tell you is how to trade where you protect yourself the maximum amount. So, what we want is we want to be able to trade Bitcoin without getting liquidated. And you're probably thinking, well, yeah, duh, that's what everyone wants. But a lot of people do fall for it every single day. I hear it all the time. What we need to do is invest little and often, no more than you're willing to lose, and then um, sort of like a plan of where you're going to buy in. So let's just say that buy-in is 29,900. You buy Bitcoin at that level, and that's it. You just hold it, and that's it. It's that simple. I don't think we are going to go down to those levels though, because every time this Bitcoin over the last week has even attempted to go down, it's just been brought right back up again, and that's why we're seeing like almost not a straight line, but very close to a straight line. It's only when you zoom right in that you think, oh, actually, is a bunch of teenagers. But yeah, this is very difficult to trade, in my opinion. So I'm just going to stay out of it. I'm not experienced enough to be able to do it at those sort of levels. If it was like a lot down, if this was like way down here, and then we saw like a rebound and it was up here, that'd be perfect. You could be making £3,000-4,000 for every card that gets listed if you was to trade the value of it. But when it's almost going in a straight line, it's like, well, I can't put in a buy leverage trade because then you're going to get liquidated because it's going to go back down again. And the same the other way, you can't go down too much because then it's going to go up and you'll get liquidated. So it's a tough one. I'm going to wait to see how this pans out this next week or so with Bitcoin, and if that bar gets removed, this line here, that's actually put there by the people that made. When I say put there, this is what they're saying is their resistance level where they think the price is going to be. Um, but yeah, everyone has different opinions. Everyone sells at different price. Everyone buys at a different price. Me personally, if it drops anything below 30k, then I will be doing a buy trade, and I will probably do the leveraging. Not too high, I'm not going to be doing the 100 X's or the 50 X's because I've done that in the past and I've seen just how easy it is to lose money. Like literally, you might as well just download it from the bank and just play about with it on the toilet, you know, and you lose your 20 quid here and there, and you think, oh, I wish I never played it. Johnny Turbo says nothing like longing / buying the dip on a weekly downtrend. Well, jabbing yourself with red hot metal spikes in the eyes gets close. Yeah, that is what it's like. Unless you take a step back. It was really interesting. I heard someone say the other day, like, if in doubt, zoom out. So, I naturally did. I came and had a look at the chart, and I thought, what are they referring to? And it won't let me do it for some reason. Go on, zoom in and out. When you actually zoom out, the price of Bitcoin, typically from the dawn of time, has gone from one corner to the other corner. Now, no one can argue that. That is what's happened. So if that continues, then you could say, well, okay, Bitcoin's going to be worth $2.5–3 million a coin in 15 years' time. If you believe that to be true, you should be buying as much Bitcoin as you can between now and then. If you like to go out and have a few drinks up the pub, stop. Or buy a cheaper drink and just put that money into Bitcoin. Try and ring up and lower your bills, you know, your car insurance, your mortgage. Can you lower the monthly payments in some way, shape or form without taking out more debt? And once you start getting some money aside, buy little and often, because then you don't care about the price of Bitcoin. Oh, I better buy it this week or next week because I think it's going to drop, and then it doesn't, and then you start pulling your hair out and you think, oh, now I'm buying it at a more expensive rate, so I'm not going to end up with as much. So just try not to overthink this. Anyone who's watching this who might say, Glenn, can you teach us about leverage trading and technical analysis? I'm not that guy. I'm just giving you life advice that the people that have bought and held for a long period of time, they've always come out trumps, like always. And what's to say that this isn't going to be yet another one of those times? So they keep getting richer, we keep getting poorer. That's my opinion. There's no pride in being someone's exit liquidity. That is true. So that's how I'm thinking now. I'm just going to leave it. And I don't know if you guys saw, but there was a lot of flooding in the UK about 2 weeks ago. And I was watching the news about it. And I was thinking, God, imagine if if that happened to me and I lost everything. I lost everything I had. Even if my computer got destroyed and everything like that, I would still have access to my Bitcoin, but it'd be a lot harder to get access to it. So you could say I'd lose my Bitcoin. And I felt really like a sinking feeling. I thought, oh yeah, what if I did lose all my Bitcoin? But then soon as I'm sitting there doing leverage trading, it's so easy to just go, right, let's do 100x. So I think you need to be really careful out there, because platforms like Prime XBT, they have made it simpler for gamblers or people that are that way inclined to be able to come in and go, right, okay, 100x leverage because I think it's going to go up tonight. And then they wake up and they realise they're liquidated, so they lost all their money. So I do think we need to look at that. Personally, that's just a personal opinion. And I do think that we need to wait until we actually get a clear indication one way or the other of what's going to happen in the short term for Bitcoin. So what I mean by that is if we go up to the sort of 40k level, to me, that would signal, I should say, that we are actually back on a bull trend. So therefore, we're going to see more upside. That's my opinion. Take from it what you will. If we keep going down, then yes, it will look like how 2008 when it went up to 20k and then it dropped all the way to 3,800. The reason it took so long to get there is because everyone kept buying the dip. Every time the Bitcoin dropped, people were like, oh, Bitcoin 30% off. Yeah, I'll have that. And they were buying it. So then the price was going back up again. And then they had to put more money into it to suppress it, to try and short it. Um, so yeah, that just proves that yet again Bitcoin's fought off another enemy, and survived. So yeah, I'm just so confident and bullish about Bitcoin that anyone who's not, I almost look down on, not down at them, but I pity them, because I'm like, oh, you don't understand what's going on in the world and how it works and how money works. You just live your life like, yeah, p's pound notes gets me by. You know, oh, why has the price of oranges gone up every year? Um, they don't understand what is going on around them. But yeah, I'm hoping that Bitcoin's going to be. I'll say hoping. I believe Bitcoin will be 100K by latest February. So all of this, like, oh, it's 32 today, now it's 34, and oh no, it's dropped back down to 32. It's irrelevant to me. Like, it doesn't matter. It's all just chit for chat. It's just people trying to give their opinions for your view time. So you click on their videos so they get more money, obviously, for the monetization. Um, and that's all it is. That is all you're literally being sold to or advertised to all the time watching these sort of content, but you don't realize it's happening. I try to be as honest as I can be and upfront, even if it gets me in trouble or you guys look down at me or put me down. They're like, why'd you do this? Why didn't you do that instead? But I try to be as honest and upfront as I can with you guys. I've always done that. I've never ever hid anything. I've never tricked anyone. I've never taken money from anyone in this group, unless they've actually bought something from me. Um, and that's the way that I'm going to continue to be going forward. I'm going to continue that, my beliefs on how you should treat another human being. And yeah, I'm going to keep pursuing that. And I'm going to buy as much Bitcoin as I can, week in, week out. Um, if I can afford 50 quid one week, but then the following week or month I can afford 250's worth, then that's what I'll be buying. So yeah, I'm hopefully going to build up my pot of Bitcoin. I'd love to have one whole Bitcoin back again. Fingers crossed. I had it before, but I had to cash it out when I bought this new big house. Um, but I would love to have one whole Bitcoin back. I've got zero point 0.1, so I've got 10% of the whole Bitcoin. And I'm hoping that if I do this right, I can literally plow money into it, send it over to Nexo, do the 50% loan against it, so I get half the money back. And that means I can then afford to buy double the amount of Bitcoin. So that's my plan going forward. What's your plan? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Please comment, because this video is going to end now because I'm getting pretty tired. This video is going to end. Please comment in the comment section what your thoughts are and what you're going to be doing to maximize this year's accounts. Now, Bitcoin's going down in price at the moment, and it's sort of like bouncing within that channel, if you like. So the interest and the popularity of Bitcoin has gone down. I've seen a few of the people. I think my missus took some pictures where my son and daughter are like sharing a chair, playing Xbox now, whereas they used to have one chair each, but one of them broke one, and she weren't going to buy them a new one. And they, I was saying to her, oh, instead of buying like a new chair, you could just buy Bitcoin. And she's always been like skeptical, like, nah, nah, nah. Yeah, I'm not going to buy Bitcoin. I'm not going to invest and all of that. But recently, something's come about, and I won't go into it because it's a personal story. But something's come about where we've looked at them as an example of how we should live our life going forward, and we've looked at them and said, like, look, they're a certain age. This is how much money they've got. This is what they've got equity wise. Do we want to be in that same position as them? In they're like 65, so like double my age. Um, do we want to be in the same position as them? And both of us obviously come to the conclusion no. And I was like, right, well, yeah, I'm 35 now, 30 something. Um, if we want to plan something like that's not going to cost us the earth now, we need to start putting something in place now. And to me, buying Bitcoin is that plan. I know that sounds really stupid. Some people will set up like a pension or like some sort of life ISA or something like that. But yeah, buying Bitcoin for me, that is my long term play. That is my retirement. That's the way I see it. What do you would you guys agree with that? And I'm looking at things now like, should I spend 50 quid on that, or should I just buy £50 of Bitcoin? Right, and with the prices being, in my opinion, cheap at the moment. Paid said, Glenn, are you stocking up on Ethereum? That's another coin. So I would love to have Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Dogecoin. They're the three that I honestly believe are going to see the hugest returns within the next 8 months to a year. So yeah, I do want to accumulate them. Ethereum is going to $7,000. I honestly believe that Ethereum is going to work its way. If Ethereum used to be a zero point 0.1 peg to Bitcoin, so if Bitcoin does go to, let's just say, $2,500, which it was almost there not that long ago, Ethereum then should, in theory, be worth. Is it 0.1? Hang on a minute. Must say that's 10%. 10% would be 250 quid. No, that's not right. What? No, Bitcoin. I missed a zero. Bitcoin was 22,500, and Ethereum was still only like $700. So it should have been 2,500 then. And if we see Bitcoin go up to what I believe is going to happen to what 100k, 150k, then you'd have to say that one Ethereum should, if it continues its trend of being worth zero point 0.1 of a Bitcoin, should be worth around about 10k. And if Ethereum's worth 10k, then all the altcoins are going to absolutely pump. Like there's going to be no end in how much all these percentages we're going to see go up. But Bitcoin is, I know it sounds odd, but Bitcoin is the safest one to have your money into, especially long term wise. I would hate to invest in an altcoin and be like, right, this money's staying here for 5 years, because I just couldn't do it. I couldn't ride that roller coaster of up to up. I can hold. I want to be able to buy some cryptocurrency that because it was such a like money that I don't mind losing if it went to zero. I'm just going to assume every time I transfer money into this account, and I won't go into the full ins and outs. Otherwise, I'm opening myself up to hacks. But if I put some money into this account for Bitcoin, that uh, it's I'm not going to miss. If it goes to zero, I'm not going to cry about it. If I keep doing that, eventually it'll build up. Plus, it's going, if it goes up in value, by the time I'm still depositing money for it, for say my eldest son, it's going to be worth a lot more. So then I'm going to be like, oh, now I have 150k or 200k, all because Glenn put aside 12 grand over a year's worth, so £1,000 a month, into Bitcoin. So that's my play. That's my play. You don't have to do that. And what I'm going to do then is I'm going to use platform. I'll probably do it on Prime XBT. If you want to sign up to these guys, I'm going to post in the chat section. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I'm going to post 50 codes. No, 50 codes. 10 codes with $50 free. So if you want to have a crack at doing leverage trading with Prime XBT, this is your perfect opportunity to be able to do that. So if you're watching this, there's no point trying to nick all of these because it's only one per person. And if you try and use one whilst redeeming the other one, it will prompt you that you're going to lose one lot of 50 quid. So like literally there's no point doing it. It hasn't put the gaps in them. I'll do one at a time. So feel free to use these. Like I say, they're $50 worth of Bitcoin, completely free of charge. Let me post this in here. I'm going to put code for $50 of BTC on Prime XPT platform. I put one per person, otherwise you'll sink. Now, I say you'll sink. If you knew where we went today and I was actually on Coinbase, you'd know exactly what that means, but you weren't there, so it looks like absolute gibberish. But let's put this one in. So this is code number 2. Like I say, there's no point anyone attempting to nick these like more than one, because it literally does do nothing for you. So you're just hindering someone else getting it. Aid says, I'm also signing up. Make sure there is a link in the description down below. Click that link and use the promo code BitGlen. That lets them know that obviously you've come here through me. And also, I believe at the moment it gives you a sign up bonus. That's up to you if you take advantage of that. You don't have to deposit anything if you don't want to. Right, so we're copy selected text. But it's a really easy platform to use. And it's $50 worth of free Bitcoin. You literally can't lose, like literally. If it goes completely to zero because you invested in the wrong idea, then who cares? Right, just 2 more to go. So if you're watching this video back, obviously some of you are watching this live. I know someone is going to attempt to just use every single code. There we go. But there's no point. It won't allow you. I know that because I tried. Thought, oh, if I do that. This is our last code. Okay, so this is the last code for the BitGlen. There we go. I'll put that's it. All the codes completed. So yeah, if you're watching this video back, you're not watching it during the live stream, feel free to copy and paste one of those codes that are in the chat. Feel free to smash the like button up while you're there, because obviously I gain absolutely nothing from you doing this. There's no referral bonus. Essentially, you get $50 worth of free Bitcoin to be able to go online and try their platform out. So if there's something you're not sure about, that's the time to try it out. Because it's free money, absolutely free. You might as well give it a go. Go have a little, spending spree on Prime XBT on their platform, because it costs you nothing. So I hope you guys like that and appreciate that. We're going to take our kids to a park one day, and my eldest son, he's starting to ask a lot more about investments and stuff. He's asking if he can invest in things like Nintendo, because I was trying to teach him he should invest in companies that he likes, or he knows, like he's done loads of research into their platform and stuff. And yeah, he's starting to ask me all sorts of questions now. Dad, how long should I invest for? Why do I get charged a fee? And I'm like, this is the commission. So I was going through it all with him, and it was really interesting to see. But yeah, it'd be interesting to give him one of these codes. Now I'm not. I've given to you guys. You guys have all of them. I don't get nothing from it at all. There's no sign up bonus or referral bonus. It's just codes they've given me to give away. But yeah, I was thinking about doing one with my son for his YouTube channel and saying, right, okay, let's have a little chat about the birds and the bees. Getting a bit off topic here. Um, but yeah, more so, obviously, teaching him about investing, not so much gambling, but like, right, look, if you honestly believe that this is going to happen, then why not put a trade in it? A small trade, a trade that we're willing to lose the money. We expect that it's going to go to zero, and if it doesn't, then happy days. But that's what we're expecting to happen. Anything that happens past that, then great. And it's free money. So if it does go to zero, oh well, it doesn't matter. So hopefully you guys can do the same. Use those codes. Have a practice on the Prime XBT platform. Use the link in the description down below. Type in the promo code BitGlen, and I believe they give you a sign up bonus if you do decide to sign up with them. You only get it once when you very first sign up, so I would always take advantage of it. So some of them do, like, if you deposit $100, we'll match that. We'll give you $200. Well, the good thing about that is that you now have $200 to actually like bet with and stuff like that. I'm talking like online casinos and stuff like that, but it's the same philosophy here with this Prime XBT. They're giving you $50, so you go in there, you try it out, you'll probably lose because you don't know what you're doing, and then you're going to try and upload real money to it. So it's this. I recognise the same things going on here, but as long as no one's getting harmed in any way, then I'm happy to continue to do it. You guys get $50 for completely free. You don't need to do anything for it. You just need to sign up and create an account. If you do decide to deposit any money to it, use the code BitGlen for a deposit bonus, so you actually get more money than you've actually paid into it. And then keep me posted. Let me know. I love hearing about other people's trades, especially new people. I was trying to get in touch with a couple of people that had only just started trading, so I could sort of get in and talk to them, but I didn't have much luck. But never mind. But yeah. That's really it from me, guys. I hope in my ramblings I've made sense. I hope you guys don't mind me talking about all different issues and stuff. I enjoy doing these. I enjoyed talking. It'd be better if I had someone to bounce off. Obviously I'm just going on some of your group chats and stuff, but sometimes that's not enough. Like, I need someone to actually talk to, like, about what's going on in the world and stuff like that. So maybe if one of you are interested in actually doing, being on the video, whether you've got your own YouTube channel or if you're just new and you want to give it a go, then I'm more than happy to start doing like Zoom phone calls so that I can get you in the video as well and we can bounce off each other, rather than just you guys listening to me chat for half hour. That's my opinion. Some of you may like that, I don't know. But don't forget to smash the like button up for me, guys, before I go. And also, if you are new to this channel, please click subscribe. We're going to be making a trade very shortly. Try and trade from a position of strength. That's what Da Vinci says. And I really trust that guy. You are good people, Glenn. Thank you, mate. That's a nice comment. I appreciate that. We're all good people. We're in Team BitGlen. We all keep an eye out for each other. What was I saying before that? Yeah, I'm gonna be waiting for like a definitive, right, this is where we're going, or this is where we're going. And I think if we see Bitcoin drop and then bounce back quite quickly, then that's when I'll be like, okay, it's retested there 3 or 4 times now and it hasn't gone down any further, even though every YouTuber is calling for like 20k, 22k. Even our own, who was the gentleman who contacted me? I can't remember. He already said, oh, I think it's getting to, paid. He said 12k. I don't think we're going to see these sort of levels ever again unless something really bad happens. But it could do. Now, if you just hold Bitcoin, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where it goes because your Bitcoin is one Bitcoin. That's it. So, but when you start trading online, especially like 100x leverage, you get liquidated quite quickly. and they keep all your money. So just be careful of that. Just be mindful. I hope that helps. I hope the $50 free will help you guys. Again, it was a case of, you know, they sort of reached out to me and said, do you want these, or do you want us to pay you something to mention our platform? I said, that's right. I'd rather give them out to the people. So hopefully you can take advantage of that. There's 10 codes there. Each code on the Prime XBT platform is worth $50 worth of Bitcoin. That's it from me, guys. I'll see you on the next video, which will be in the next few days. But don't forget to join me over on Telegram. Our Telegram group chat is called just BitGlen, or Team BitGlen. You can also follow me on Twitter. I like to put stuff that I'm thinking about cryptocurrency and stuff on there predominantly. I have got a Facebook page, but I very rarely check it. I'm just being honest. And again, that's all BitGlen. But I'll either see you guys either on Twitter online or in the comment section of YouTube, or next time we go live, which will probably be this time next week, I would imagine, or the end of, because we've got the Euro. So obviously it's going to be a difficult time to do these live videos because it's coming home, isn't it, lads? It's coming home. If you're from America, you're not going to understand what I've just said. If you're from England, you know exactly what I mean when I just said that. It is coming home. I've got a feeling. But that's it from me, guys. I'll see you on the next video from myself. And that's it. Peace out. Bye.